Hello, you beautiful people. I am JR.
And I'm Dee.
We have been in the lifestyle for 7+ years.
And we're here to share our sexy stories
and experiences.
If you're not 18, this podcast is not for you.
And if you are, please go visit
Lifestylelynx.com.
That's LYNX. Hello, you beautiful people. So this is our 15th episode, which is May I Cut In?
Yes, that's the topic.
You will find out what that is all about soon.
Yes.
But we also did it with a
very special.
Yeah, very special guest.
Yes,
very
yes.
special
So our
guest.
dear single girlfriend, Jay, is here in the studio with us, and she's helping to contribute to this topic.
But first, we start with what? Dee, what we start with?
No, but you have to realize that.
What's that?
We normally talk about what we've done lately.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but the reason why this episode is a little late is because we've been doing a lot lately.
A lot, and you're going to hear about all that right now.
Yeah. So what have we done lately?
Oh, my God,
so
much.
We have to start out with our dear friends, J and A, had a Kentucky Derby party.
That's right.
They normally,
at their house.
Right. They normally host like these raging
twice
house parties.
Twice a year they do a whole thing with summer solstice
and winter solstice. Yes. Yeah. But they had a derby party because they're horse people.
They're horse people.
And I'm a horse person.
So it starts out swirl.
It is.
Starts out swirl, which is, vanilla and lifestyle.
Right.
And then about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it went longer this time.
I know.
Because the vanilla people.
They were hangovers.
They were hanging out. Get out of here. Get out of here. So.
Right. Yeah. So it was a great party. We just we have this pool where we gamble, and the food was beautiful. And
food was great.
Yeah, it was just a fabulous time.
It was great.
So then after that, we went to Saints and Sinners for a friction party.
In Philadelphia.
Right. But on the way, we stopped at our friends.
That's right.
Yes.
Where they live in
Yardley.
Yardley.
Yes.
Which is right over the border from
New Jersey on the way to PA. It was like
bad.
On the way.
Yeah.
It was
great.
beautiful.
It was fantastic.
So it was J and D. They were having a party at their house, and we're like, oh, we really want to come, but we have to go to Friction. So we stopped there.
And we got there about an hour late. So it was like a grand entrance. It was goes, hey, okay, fantastic. And there was always food and people we haven't seen in a while, which was really great.
And then we got to meet. I got to meet some new people.
You did,
yeah. So there was this really cool.
I did too, but you're more important than I am. You're more important than I am. That's just the way it is.
There was this really cool plastic surgeon there that we were like having nice long conversations with. It was very interesting.
Why were you doing that?
He was just really interesting.
Well, he was.
He was. And then the guy that hosted the party and his girl.
Yeah.
But he had a dear lifelong friend there.
Right.
That I got, they had been friends since kids.
And you got a really good understanding of how.
I learned more about our friend.
That's what I'm talking about.
Through his lifelong
Exactly.
friend. It was really interesting. He was talking about, when they were growing up. And so that was cool. So then we did go to Saints and Sinners.
We did.
Yes. And we did get a chance to hang out with Tom and Marcy.
We did.
The owners.
We did. Tom and Marcy,
Yeah, we love them.
Oh, fantastic. We spent a few minutes with them.
More than a few minutes.
More
than a few minutes.
We talked about how we could help them with their sales and doing things for them.
Yeah.
And so we've connected with them. And I've talked to Tom before. And
they're both so kind.
So great.
They do so many good things. He's involved in this thing called Tom's Retreat, which is all about helping veterans.
Right.
And, she's just a beautiful, kind person as well.
Fantastic.
So the nice thing is that we're at Saints and Sinners.
Yeah, with our friends.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Well, we had
with GNC.
GNC,
who we've talked about before,
and then there was that other couple that we'd met there before.
That's right, the black couple.
That we had made out with before. They showed up.
We made out with
I
them.
know, right?
And we did it again.
Exactly.
But we're hanging out, and we meet this other couple, and I'm like, let's go check out the playroom. which is, if you haven't been there, it's really beautiful. It's all red leather, and it's huge. There's a huge playroom.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful facility.
Beautiful, really nice.
The crazy thing that drives JR crazy is that I smoke. So I'm always in the smoking section.
And I'm
every hour or something.
Not with me. Right.
Right. But I meet the most amazing people. And that's how we met the couple that we hooked up with.
And she does. And even on the Bliss Cruise and stuff, she does the same thing. Yeah. And I complained about it. But, okay, she meets people and we hook up.
There.
All right.
And, we start to get talking. We sit next to each other. Right. And, things just develop because we get the chance to have a relationship.
Right. And I come out and I sit down and we're hanging out.
And there's oh, here's your man.
Yeah.
Here's your man.
And with this couple. And
she was pretty sexy.
One thing led to another, people. And that's the way it goes.
They were a little younger than us.
Which is fine.
I know.
Hello, fine with me.
But it's I'm okay, we're doing this.
Yeah, all right.
Which was super cool. I mean, it was a good experience.
It was a good experience.
Yeah. So then after Saints and Sinners.
Did you come? I came.
Well, I'm hard to come.
Oh, okay.
I'm hard to come. But I'm always in it for the ride. So.
All right, fine.
Yeah. And the nice thing is that we meet people like that. And now, we'll invite them to our house parties.
Exactly.
We'll get them to come to ShareNation.
And they'll meet other people.
Exactly. And then their friends become our friends. And it's and so on and so on.
It's about the pollination.
It's
about that.
So
we're like beekeepers. We're like beekeepers.
So then after that, we went down to Florida.
We did.
Yeah, we were there for a family thing.
We were for family. But we said, while we're here for a family
let's check out this club.
Let's kind of make, let's make do.
We went, exactly. We were there for a family thing, but we're we got to slip some lifestyle in.
Slip it in.
Yeah,
slip it in, baby. All right.
So we went to this club in Tampa. I know, baby, you slip it into me all the time.
All right, stop.
So we went to this club in Tampa, and it was called Eyz Wide Shut.
And we had never been there before.
Right.
And it was, so first impressions, I drop D off in the front, and I drive around the side, and I go park. And I'm like, oh my, it's a freaking warehouse.
Yeah.
It went on forever and ever. The building went on forever and ever. Yeah. And we go in. And it
took you a while to park and then walk back by the time you got back.
It was freaking huge.
Yeah.
And they have great security.
Right. So there's two doors. The very interesting thing in Florida is that they are able to sell alcohol and present it as a regular nightclub.
Exactly.
So you walk up to the front door. On the right-hand side, there's a door that goes into the nightclub, right, which is completely separate from all the playrooms.
Right.
And so you walk in, you go through security, you pay your fee, and then there's these bars.
It's really nice. High ceilings.
Right. It's beautiful.
Pool tables, all kinds of stuff.
And we had a bartender. His name was Jason. Hey, calling it out to you, baby.
Look at you. Yeah.
He was super cool, super nice.
He was.
And so, but you could pay for your drinks. So it wasn't BYOB.
You could not bring alcohol in.
It wasn't, because it was a true nightclub, because it was separate from the playrooms.
And really nice club.
Oh, yeah. They had some cool stuff there.
Very cool. In that section, you didn't need to be lifestyle.
Right. It could be for anybody.
You're right. Exactly.
But there was no sex in there. It wasn't mixed.
Absolutely no.
It was just a nightclub kind of atmosphere, but everybody knew they were all swingers.
But next door.
Right. So the neat thing about the nightclub is not only was the bartender, Jason, really cool.
Very cool.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But they had this little museum area.
Yeah.
Where they had sex kind of things on display. They had sex artwork. They had these beautiful spots where you could take really cool photographs.
Really cool pictures, yeah.
And then we went outside. Their outside area
was spectacular.
They had Jenga, they had cornhole, they had...
But let me just interrupt for a second. Usually when we go to clubs and we go outside where there's a smoking section, it's usually
puny,
enclosed,
puny,
small, and there's smoke and it smells. This was like outdoors,
really big
and huge.
Yeah.
There was tables and spaces to mingle.
It was really nice. And actually, the couple that we hooked up with, we were out there with them.
Oh,
that's actually how we met them.
So sexy.
Yeah, like
crazy sexy
outside because it was like really cool.
So there's no like smoke smell because it's like outdoor. It's like a big tent.
Exactly, and it's a big area.
So if you're ever in
Tampa,
go to
Eyz Wide Shut. Yeah.
Really
so it was
good.
cool. So actually, JR, so we met this couple and we met them outside in the smoking section.
Of course we did.
But then,
of course we did.
Yeah, but then JR was like playing pool.
I was.
You were.
And I was winning.
With the guy.
I win all the time.
With the guy.
So I've had a pool table since I was like 5 years old.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. We have a pool table in the basement.
And now, too, yeah.
Yeah. And we set up all the air matches around the pool table in the basement for like a sex room. But
I play pool.
Yeah, he's really, I don't even try.
Like a shark.
Yeah. So it was a good thing because, I'm like hanging out with the girl and I'm like getting comfortable with her and like he's playing pool with the guy.
But I shouldn't tell people I'm a shark because they won't play with me now. I shouldn't be telling
people. They won't know it's you.
I'm not a shark. I'm not. I'm really not.
But you know what the crazy thing also about Eyz Wide Shut that particular day was it was Memorial Day weekend.
It was.
And most of the really sexy, crazy,
that's right,
wealthy people
were not there.
Because there's this island where it's like this island where you can only get to it by boat. And it's like this place where you can be naked.
Right.
And so the club holds like 600. And there was probably like 200.
Maybe 200. Which seemed okay.
It seemed okay to us.
But it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that
But
crowded.
the couple that we hooked up with, they were like, oh no, it's normally way more crowded.
So when you go to the other side, let's talk
right.
about
Okay. So when you go, so your feet, as you approach the entry,
you have to go out.
The right side, it goes into
the left side.
Right. Now the left side goes in to the playrooms.
And you have to check your cell phone, this and that.
You have to go through security again.
That's fine.
No alcohol. You can't have a drink.
No cell phones, no drinks.
That
kind of stuff.
The playrooms were spectacular.
Huge.
So many of them.
So many
themed rooms.
Remember, this is like a huge warehouse.
Yeah, and now
we're converted into this crazy club.
So the nice thing for us is that we went in with this other couple into an area that was for couples only.
And there's a guard at the door. Making sure it's only couples only.
Right. Because even on, that was a Saturday night. And they allow single guys, even on a Saturday night.
But you got to be a couple.
And it was affordable, babe. I think it was only like $75 for us.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
For the couple, for both of us. Yeah,
something like that.
But single guys have to pay like $150 or something crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
When we first got there, you could tell like the single guys were like, they're trying to hook up. They like come over to me and they're like,
Yeah, so we were sitting at a table and I had to go to the men's room. And I said, okay, I'm going to measure. There was a single guy sitting across. He's going to be talking to you any second.
Yeah, any second. No, it was a good conversation.
And of course, of course, he's talking to her. Of course.
So we go into this couples only area.
Very nice.
They have like canopy beds.
Yeah.
They had like, if you wanted to, you could kind of go around the corner and there was like this viewing area. So it was
from the other side.
Right, from the other side, so that the single guys and any other couples.
Yeah, it was like a two-way mirror kind of thing.
Right, so they could see you.
Voyeur.
Yeah.
Voyeur stuff.
But that was like super fun. This couple was like, just like perfect for us.
But then there was this guy next to us, and he came in with so he was sort of a single guy, but
he did come in with a girl.
He came with a girl, so he got in the room. And he was hanging on to us and so he kind of mixed in with us too.
Yeah. So, but we didn't have sex with him.
That? Yes, you did.
I didn't have sex with him.
You didn't?
I only had sex with the guy that was with the couple, the real married couple that had like children and like real lives and like real jobs and like, you know, it's like it was comfortable and I could connect with them. It was like, that's how it goes. Like you end up being with people that you're comfortable with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So after Eyz Wide Shut, what do we do next?
What do we do next?
Oh,
Where do we
okay.
go?
Wait, I'm going to interject here.
Okay.
Because I was traveling for work.
You were.
And we stayed with our dear friends. Not we. I stayed.
You, not me.
Exactly.
I was freaking home doing the dishes.
Exactly.
I was doing the man thing, the man slave thing at home.
And I'm working.
Up.
I'm working.
Yeah.
So we stay with our dear friends, our dear friends, V and I. They live down in Delaware in the beaches.
They do.
Yes, and it was so much fun.
And they're so much fun.
And what was really cool about it is that I have been with him multiple times.
So we are very good friends.
And
for a very, very
long
many
time,
years.
long time.
Many, many years.
And I love having sex with him because he's not a big guy. Like he's probably what, 5'7", 5'8"?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And
but
it's
great. But
it's
sexy.
For me.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it's just like, you know, we get to have some Olympics. You know, we get to like try all these different positions.
Like wrestling moves.
Yes, I know. I love it.
I know.
But the fun thing is that in that situation, I'm visiting them and I didn't want to leave her out. So I didn't actually have sex with him. And I spent time with her, which I had never gotten to do.
Yeah, right.
Just hanging out and talking.
Exactly. Yeah.
So connective. And thank you, V and I, for letting me stay with you.
And that's so important in lifestyle.
It was like,
you know, people think it's all about sex and orgies. No, absolutely not. It's about connections.
And friendships.
Yeah, and friendships, yeah.
So finally, of what we've done lately is we had our house party.
We did.
And this is how the inspiration of the topic that is our main topic comes from. So
a huge house party. 60 people.
OMG.
It was a huge house party.
Huge house party.
Huge.
60 people.
Yeah.
Outside, inside.
Mostly on the deck, on JR's big deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
So JR is running around and he's being a host.
I am.
And he didn't get to hook up.
I did not.
But I did. So,
what? What are you talking about? What?
So at our house parties,
I'm joking, I know.
He's just being funny.
I'm being me.
So at our house parties, the main level in our home is normally people don't have sex there.
They do not.
So then if you want to have sex, you go upstairs. We have bedrooms upstairs.
Or
with no squirters upstairs.
No squirters.
Because people sleep on those beds.
They do.
Or we have
downstairs.
Right. And so normally the basement really is where more of the public action.
And I bought new sheets for
you.
them.
Did the waterproof sheets.
I bought waterproof mattress.
Fabulous. Yeah. So I come downstairs. I get like a few minutes where I'm not worried about the food or the plates or the napkins.
No.
Right.
And the food was you did good, babe.
In any case.
See, you did good.
So I come down.
The food was great. It was so good.
Well, and people bring things too. So it was like,
it was
cool. So I come down to the basement and I see this guy that I know. I've known this guy for years, but I've never hooked up with him.
There you go.
Now, he was brought by a girl and a single girl.
That's correct.
A single girlfriend.
That's correct.
And so the funny thing is that I see our next speaker here that's going to join us just in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Our girlfriend, Jay.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like kind of hovering on the side. And I go to her. I'm like, Jay, come over here. Do you know this guy? And I'm trying to get her to hook up with him. And she's just like kind of, okay, whatever.
Because she has her own thing going on.
Right. She's got her own thing going on.
She has her own thing. Yeah.
So
happening.
I approach him and I like start making out with him. But then I say to him, I'm like, well, because he's a black guy. And I'm like, well, you know, I don't really do big. I don't like really big penises. And so I say that to him. I'm like, you know, I'd love to be with you, but if your penis is too big, it might not happen.
Was it?
So I had to see, right?
So you checked it out.
So I'm kissing him. We're making out. And then I put my hand down there on his cock. I'm feeling it.
Did you have a ruler? Did you have a ruler or anything?
Honey, I can tell by my hands.
Oh, okay.
I don't need a ruler.
Okay, no ruler. Sorry. Totally sorry.
And I'm like, okay, this seems okay within average range, right?
Average range?
Yeah,
what does that mean?
within average range. It's like nobody wants a big cock. I mean, it's like
most women don't.
I don't want to be hurt.
Exactly.
So in any case, I'm like, so he knows I'm checking it out for how big or small it is, And then I say, well, here, let me look at it closer. So I start to give him a blowjob.
Did you have a microscope? Or what?
No. I put it in my mouth.
You did?
I did.
Oh, I missed this.
I had to.
I totally missed this.
Can I handle it in my mouth? If it's too big, it won't fit. So in any case. So I start giving him a blowjob. One thing leads to another.
Oh, of course it does. Of course it does.
So the next minute, I'm like, I have my hands on the bench. Yeah. He's doing me from behind. It's going very well. And the funny thing is that I looked at him. I was like, obviously he had a condom. Like, I made sure he had a condom. But I'm like, do you have any lube? He's like, no. I said, okay, well, let's just see how it goes. So we're having sex, no lube. I'm like, okay, then I must like it. So he's very comfortable, very comfortable. And so we're having sex. He's like giving it to me nice and good and nice and hard, right?
Hard, yeah.
And we're doing it, right? And he's giving it to me. And then all of a sudden I like realize that, wait, something's changed. He's like, something changed. So I turned my head back.
Of course you did.
And I can now see he's somewhat distracted.
Very distracted.
So the single girl that brought him is now making out with him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. And I give it a few more minutes. And it's a nice ride. I mean, it's a good thing. And all this is positive.
But.
No, there was no but.
No, but you were distracted.
No, he was distracted, not me.
But you got like, oh, this is not good anymore.
Well, I just knew his full energy was not focused.
Exactly.
So in any case, I like, you pull out, I turn around.
You didn't abort. You aborted.
I did.
You didn't abort.
But it was a nice ride, and I'm really hoping that I get to hook up with him again.
Yeah, exactly.
So in any case, I turn around, I give him a hug, I give her a hug and a kiss, and I'm like, thank you very much. And, it was a nice experience. And, plus the girl that he's normally with, like, she's super hot and sexy.
Oh, my God.
So now I'm thinking, okay.
Hold the phone.
Hold the phone.
Hold the phone for that.
Exactly.
She's like this Spanish.
Oh, beautiful.
Thing with a big
sweet
butt and like breasts.
She's like tits and ass.
Oh my, and the face.
Yeah. So
I'm
hoping there's going to be another round.
Hello, can I have another round, please?
Exactly.
Can I have a round? Oh my God!
But it actually gave me the inspiration of may I cut in, and that's why the topic is what it is.
This is actually why.
Yeah, and it's why we're talking about it.
What's next on your agenda there? Is that it?
That's it. That's everything we've done lately.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
All right.
So hang on. We're going to have our guest here with us.
We are.
And you're going to hear our topic.
And thank you, and stay tuned.
Said I'm all about it. Yeah, I'm all about it. Said I'm all about it. Yeah. Said I'm all about it. Yeah, I'm all about it.
Okay, here we are with our main topic of...
May I cut in?
May I cut in? And we're going to talk about that. And we have two different scenarios, which is like house parties where people, everybody's like friendly. And then at clubs or resorts or whatever.
Right. So private versus public.
Yeah, sort of public. Exactly.
Or friends or strangers.
Right. And
yes,
we have a special guest.
We do. And she's here with us now.
And we've talked about her so many times. And without giving away.
Well, her first initial begins with a J.
And you've talked about that you've let me be with her. her.
Oh yeah, she took care of you.
She took care of me. She did.
Exactly.
In a great way, by the way. Exactly.
So the reason why this episode was inspired is because, as you know, as I spoke just a little earlier about our house party and my experience, is we thought that let's explain to people the good way to be able to jump into the action.
Or cut it. Right, exactly.
Right.
Like ask permission or whatever.
Exactly.
And sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and that's good and bad. Right.
Can go either way.
And the really cool thing also is with having Jay here with us is that she's going to explain what it's like as a single unicorn female.
Exactly.
And like it's different for
It's
her.
totally different.
Yeah, than it is for
A couple.
me or JR.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. So where you want to start?
So I want to start with the familiar, the friends.
Okay.
So let's
Fine.
go back to we're having a house party, right?
Right.
And everybody's here and there's an orgy in the basement.
Which is typical.
Right.
Very.
Right.
Very historical. Very.
And the funny thing about the situation that I was talking about earlier is that I looked to Jay and she's like, she's in the corner. I think she's kind of like been with some people, maybe, but I don't know that she has had sex yet. And I'm like, come here. There's this guy. Come over here.
Really appreciated the notice, by the way.
Exactly.
You know, I was
player.
like, come on, let's be inclusive here. But I think that for me, when it's a house party or, you know, we're at a hotel takeover party, but we've been invited to a room where it's all of our friends, or in any of those situations where it's very familiar, for me, I can look at the situation, I can watch an orgy going on, and I know how to approach. So the best way for me to approach is to approach the female.
Exactly.
So there are
Exactly.
certain couples, J and M, you know, R
sure.
and L.
Absolutely.
You know, if I see them having sex, I know that if I lay down next to them and I start to kiss and rub her, that most likely she's going to invite me in.
But the reason why we're here is it doesn't always happen that way, correct?
Correct. Well, when it's your friends and you know because you've been received that way in the past.
Right.
And conversely, we have certain friends where the couples I would never interrupt
Right.
because
You know.
the woman would not accept.
You know the dynamics.
Because I
dynamics
know
of the
them.
situation. That's right.
Exactly.
Right.
So I think that it's a bit easier. I think when you know the people,
Yeah.
you know.
Sure.
Let's let Jay talk about when she's in a familiar situation like the basement of our house and
At
you
our
know
party.
everybody.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, how do you decide? Like who you're going to cut in with and how are you going to do it?
Yes, a really good topic, by the way. Good question. Because this is always going to start with the person. How do they feel about themselves? Also, too, being able to read the room. And what's the vibe? How far along is this train? Did they just leave the station? Are they midway down the track?
Oh, you
or are
mean-
they
you
about
mean-
to arrive?
You mean the
Right.
couple?
Yeah.
Like when you decide to.
When you enter a room
Great
or a
point.
space, you want to kind of read the situation, read the room, and that's about sensing how long has this been going on? How intense is this?
Right.
But always leaning into your own team member.
Great point.
Yeah.
Leaning in. If
Really
I'm
good
going to
point.
enter in, it's like I'm going to look to the lady first.
Yeah.
Respect is an action. It's not just a word.
Yeah.
And in lifestyle, we talk a lot about respect, and that's important because you also
Yeah.
never know what people's boundaries are.
Exactly.
Right.
So don't assume.
And I
Right.
do think that, like, in any situation, public or private, for me, my most success it has been starting with the woman.
Absolutely.
You know, so whether it's public or private, like, that's where I start. I'm not going to approach a couple and then all of a sudden, like, start to, like, try to have sex with a man without the woman. He's already with a woman.
Right.
And I'm trying to cut in. No.
They're already
This
engaged.
is her allowing me to join.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They're engaged, and you don't want to disengage it in a negative context.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't want to mess up that
No,
energy for them.
absolutely.
But I do think the timing that Jay just talked about is very, very important.
It's critical.
Really?
It's like,
Well, think about it. When you get started, it's like, okay, I get on my bike, and then all of a sudden, I'm getting on my bike, and now I'm blowing bubbles. And now I'm going to ride my bike without my hands, and I'm going to start to juggle too. And then I'm going to spin a plate on top of my head.
Exactly.
Things get busy.
Yeah.
And sometimes people are so into what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I've been in that space, even though I might know two couples and they're saying, yeah, come on, hop on in.
Right.
Everybody's so, preoccupied
And
with
you don't
all
want
of their
to,
appendages.
and you don't want to ruin it for them.
Yeah.
So I think in general, a guy trying to break in, you're gonna try to
Totally different.
Yeah, you're gonna interface with the guy and say, "Where are you?"
Interface, baby.
Interface.
Yeah. So no. So I have watched JR do this. So he doesn't. No, he just so again, he approaches the man.
Right. I do.
Because it would be very disrespectful for him to just
That's what I'm
try to
talking about.
devour the
Right,
woman.
that's what I'm talking
So
about.
he approaches the man.
Devour.
and-
Hold on. I like that kind of term. I like that term. Devour the woman. I really like that.
Yeah. But no, so what he does is he looks at the guy, he makes these eye movements and
I do.
these hand signals.
The eyebrows.
I got
He
hand
does
signals.
these
It's
he does this hand signal down, yes. He does thumbs
Swingers
up.
are amazing mimes.
Right?
Yeah, it's like SOS. SOS. Help me.
No, he doesn't do that at all. He nods his head up and down or left and right.
And they'll
no.
either say yes or shake me off, and that's fine.
Exactly.
There's actually 3 possible outcomes.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
One is, yeah, sure, come on, jump on in.
Right.
2 is, hold it.
Wait,
Wait a minute. I'm ready to blow. I'm
And
ready
the
to
other
blow
one
my
is-
load.
The other one is, you
No.
come back.
Like
Yeah,
come back in an
exactly.
hour.
Check in later.
Come back in an hour.
Yeah. But it is a very tenuous situation, for new couples approaching the lifestyle. How do they get in on the action?
But let me just say, it's different for the guys and the girls. When a guy tries to break in, it's more of I'm taking over because there isn't any male play in that.
Right.
For a woman breaking in,
yeah,
it's
much easier, much easier.
and maybe it's a woman thing plus the guy.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
totally different.
It is different.
Totally different.
You are right. You're right. Because there is a sense of loss in a sense because you're getting replaced for a moment.
For the guy, you get replaced, right?
Yeah.
But for women, it's like more of an ass.
You go, bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Which is, we don't really think about it that way. For Jay and I, her and I are just how do we make this happen? But
I think it's important for the couples to understand the perspective from the unicorns that are out there.
yeah,
What we look for. I think it's a great attribute for a unicorn to understand that you can't assume that everyone's a swinger. And you can't
Yeah,
assume that every couple's going to be
exactly.
the same. So I'm always really feeling out the vibe. And if there's a lean in, if there's a sign, if there's that.
the cues.
Yeah, the cues. Thank you. Let's get back to those
hold on.
cues.
That's a great point because a lot of times we come down to our playroom and a couple just want to be with themselves.
Yeah.
So that's a great, fantastic point where they don't want anybody breaking in because they just want to be by themselves.
So what it is, when a couple goes out for the night, what may happen is they want to be together first, have that first
Or
time
only.
to get that
Right.
connection going, to really get warmed up into that love vibe.
It is the
and then
warming
after
up.
that, after they've connected, then it's like, okay, you go play, I go play, let's go play.
Yeah.
Or sometimes,
yeah.
sometimes not. Maybe they just,
I prefer that.
but maybe they just want to play with themselves and
Hey,
just be in
But
the
you
vibe.
never know. And so Jay and I actually had this conversation, about if you're a couple that does really want to play, with other people.
Right.
And so I'm going to kind of move it here now to the public,
Mm-hmm.
to the people that you don't know, and how to make it happen for you if you want to cut in. And so I have a couple words of advice on this.
Okay.
So if you're at a club or in a public space and you actually do want to have sex with other people, the best thing for you to do is start with yourself. So for JR and I, what we normally do is we go to a club and we start to talk to a couple people. We make some friends. So I talked to you about the experience in Brussels.
Right.
I met two girls that I connected with. And the one girl later had the train of guys like lining up.
Oh my God.
But
Right,
I knew,
exactly.
but I became friends with her like hours before.
Of course you did.
And you know what? If I wanted to, not that I did, but when she had that train going on, if I wanted in on that action, all I would have had to do is, because I spent time with her, I talked to her, we like bonded, it was very warm. All I would have had to do is like lay down on the bed next to her. We got a line going out the door. Trust me.
Line of what?
A line of guys.
There you go. Just being
Yeah.
exact. Right.
And all I would have had to do
Line of
was
guys.
lay down next to her and start to kiss her and rub her and
That
just
would've been
simply
appropriate.
say, hey, can I join in?
Exactly.
And in a moment, I know that she would have accepted me because we had already spent time together. So when you're in a non-familiar place, anything that you can do to bond yourself with people and get to know them and feel what that acceptance level is going to be. So that's number one. Number two is that if you're at a club or a resort or you're wherever where there's a bunch of strangers and you're trying to hook up, the only way that you're going to get other people to jump in and have sex with you is that you have to get naked and start to have sex first. It's like the first people that dance on the dance floor.
Right.
Right? And so
Get the party started.
exactly,
yourself, all
you
right?
got to get the
Everybody can
party
just join
started.
in.
So let me back up for a minute.
Or not.
And the fact you say,
Yeah,
the fact you say, you just sit down, just lay down, and the
With her.
and the line of
With
guys.
her.
What happened?
Girl to girl.
Right. So on the back end, what's
First up,
happening?
best dressed.
Right. What's on the back end? What's happening? The husband or boyfriend of the women who are laid down.
Yeah.
They're looking at the guys. They're vetting the guys.
Yeah.
Like making
Hopefully.
making sure they're cool.
Hopefully.
making sure they got condoms.
Hopefully.
all that stuff.
all
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that would be appropriate.
Oh, we've seen that. We've
Yeah.
seen this so
Yeah.
many
Was that a
times.
BYOC situation? We'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
That's
trust me.
That's a different episode, by the way.
What did you just say?
BYOC. I know
What-
what you said.
bring your own cup?
Condom.
Oh,
Sorry. No.
it's okay. All this is good. I mean, not that I've ever been in a
Future
train
episode,
situation, but it's the comfort level. And I think that, as Jay would say, is that you play on your own team. What is that?
Yeah, start with your own team and then see what happens from
Exactly.
there.
Sure.
You know?
And I think that what she means by that is that women in the lifestyle are so gracious and kind to each other. And this is how it all happens.
Yeah. Also, too, go out and have a great time with
Exactly.
yourself and your partner.
Sure.
And when you start having a great time, it's like a snowball effect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People will start to gravitate you. You start to warm up. The vibe's feeling good before you
Right.
know it. The tribe's gathering, and bam, you're off.
Yeah.
Collective effervescence
and-
coming
and-
right at you, people.
Collective effervescence.
Right.
Yeah.
And BYOB. Bring your own bitch. Is
And
that it?
BYOC,
I'm sorry, it's
bring your
not
own
it. I'm sorry.
condom.
No, I'm
Bring your
sorry.
own condom. We don't know your
sorry.
shoe
I'm
size.
sorry.
So I'm gonna
I'm sorry.
go back to and do a little summary here. I'm gonna do a little
Do a summary.
summary
Okay,
of
go ahead.
advice.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Number one, with your friends, establish relationships where you know that you can jump in. you know,
And also know when not to jump in.
yeah,
Oh, sure.
Preserve
timing wise,
Oh, absolutely.
Respect the matrimony. Respect the couple.
And without
Wait
without
for
your
them
friends?
to lean on.
and
right.
respect the orgasm.
Yeah, totally. Do not interrupt. They're just about to crack
And
the
that
code.
shit happens. That stuff happens all the time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying. You have to really understand
Right.
where are we at with this.
And then if you really want action, you have to do the action.
Right.
Yeah. You can't expect it to come to you. JR and I were in Tampa at Eyz Wide Shut, and we
Yeah.
met this guy.
Yeah.
I'm on top of him. We're in like this playroom, and I'm on top of him. I'm like riding him. And this young, beautiful
Young.
guy comes
Yeah,
up
young
and he
guy.
sits down next to us, and he starts to have a conversation with us.
Like while things are going on. Like,
Yeah.
really? Like,
Yeah.
really?
But no,
Like,
but it
we're
was good.
talking now.
It was very respectful. Because he just wanted to see us, and
Right.
so, but it was very respectful. Like it's about thinking about other people, but also thinking about yourself.
No, you have to, because at times things can be a lot of fun, but then you also realize, you know what, I really want to just concentrate on this over here.
Right.
And then you begin to, feel more confident in actually saying, not only may I cut in, but hey, thanks a lot, but I'm going to tap you out. It's time for you to
Wait.
leave.
What is that? I want to know about that. some more.
So a message here about like how do I cut in?
Yeah.
May I cut in?
Yes.
Is be respectful. Like just be responsive of what's going on. at
It's
the
also
time.
same sex to same sex.
Same
Don't
sex.
assume.
So if you're a woman trying to cut into a couple, you approach the woman.
Right.
You kiss and caress.
Yeah.
But don't assume that the woman wants to be kissed and caressed.
Right.
Approach the
Right.
woman with respect
Right.
and lean in, and if she gives in, great. If not,
Back off.
Yeah.
And for the
Respect
guy-
the
and-
boundary of the matrimony.
Exactly.
You don't know
Yes.
what their boundary. Because some people are like, you know what? We don't kiss anyone else but ourselves.
Right. And there's also women
a
that are
huge
not
no.
bi. I mean, we have very, very dear friends
We do.
that are not, the women are not bi in
bi.
any way.
No.
And they would be so angry.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it would be,
It's,
it's an affront. So don't
exactly.
assume.
Don't assume. Yeah.
And for the guys, same thing. Talk to the guy first. Like talk to him, get eye contact,
Hand
see
signals.
what's going on. Be respectful and know what's going on. Like have some kind of intuition of what's going on.
I know some women in the lifestyle that do not have sex with other men, but they're in the lifestyle with their husband. So again,
Well, yeah,
you don't
exactly.
know
Right.
people's boundaries.
Exactly.
You never know what the rule
You cannot
is.
assume.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
cannot assume.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't
So.
Okay, so that's our middle episode here.
Yeah,
Our
and we
main
hope
topic.
that this information, we really hope that this information has been helpful
Exactly.
to make you successful in your lifestyle.
Right.
And next, we're going to talk about what's coming up next.
That's right.
And we'll talk to you in a
Little few minutes.
talk to you in just a few seconds.
All right, beautiful people, we're back, and we're talking about what we're going to do next.
What's next?
And we're doing a Philadelphia
Lifestyle Club.
Friction,
Molten-
Saints and Sinners,
Yeah.
Northeast,
And a molten metal is the theme.
which we've done before.
Well, we've done Saints and Sinners.
And
Molten
our-
metal is new.
And our favorite DJ,
I know. Mo Green.
Mo Green. Oh, my God.
We love him.
Hello, Mo.
Exactly. Hello. So, hey, yeah, it'll be a very cool time.
Exactly.
And you know what? We might get lucky again.
Wait, when we might. What are you talking about, might? We're talking about like, don't you worry. Don't you worry about that.
And then after that, JR and I are going to do this Europe trip.
We
We're
are
gonna
going
be-
on a Europe-
yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to flying into Rome first.
Right, Rome.
Rome first
And
for
then
4 days.
Crete.
And then, so the Crete thing is a fabulous.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
I know, but there's no lifestyle there. So in Rome, we're going to hit 2 lifestyle
We
clubs.
are.
And in Crete, it's the family wedding thing.
Yeah.
And then we're hitting Paris at the end.
But to me, Crete, relax by the pool and hang out.
I know, but there's no lifestyle there.
And people are going to pamper me with drinks and food.
Yeah, he'll
And that's
love
what I
that.
want.
He'll love that.
Okay.
Right. So that's going to be awesome.
All right, so- but then we go to Paris after that.
Exactly. And we're going to hit 2 lifestyle clubs in Rome and then 2 lifestyle clubs in...
No, one. Only one in Paris.
No, we have 2 plans.
No.
We will let you know. How's that?
Okay, so I don't mean to correct, but with only one in Paris because the other one is very French centric, and
Okay.
they don't like
Us.
They don't like Americans.
Right. So then after Europe, we're going to be at July ShareNation,
ShareNation.
where JR is going to be in his happy place because he's hosting
My happy place.
the pool party.
A pool party on
Yeah, we're gonna
July
have like
13th.
Exactly.
So if you're anywhere close to
Parsippany.
northern New Jersey, Parsippany, go to our website,
Lifestylelynx.com,
and you can book. You can book a party there.
It's going to be like super fun.
It's super fun.
And so JR is like hosting, and there's going to be all these games, and it's a Friday night pool party, and then
Friday night under the stars,
right pool party,
which is first time ever
right
that they're letting us do
the Friday night
party
party
at night.
at the pool. Right, exactly. Yeah.
Then Saturday
Is the pool party during the day,
which we are hosting.
right?
Hello.
And then
We have,
Saturday
hold on,
night
Stop. We have new games.
we do have new games.
But if there's any inclement weather, we are going to do a
Backup.
which is Wheel of Fornication.
But we hope that it doesn't rain and we can all do
Exactly.
the bull riding and the flamingo toss and how many sexual positions can you do in 30 seconds and we have all sorts of games. It's fun. It's fun. So after that,
which is what?
we're going to Sunny Rest.
Sunny Rest.
August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Now, where is that?
It's kind of like in the Poconos.
It is in the Poconos.
Kind of.
It's in the woods of Pennsylvania.
If you're a swinger, you have to
Absolutely.
go. It's like amazing.
It's so amazing.
The people, we've talked about Sunny Rest before.
We have.
M&D are like the king and queen there.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Beautiful place.
And so then after that,
After that, what?
August
What?
17th.
What?
house party again at our house.
Where?
House party at our house,
Here?
August 17th.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so
Are you
we're just
serious?
we're giving you
God.
warning. We're giving you warning.
What?
Come on. We're
Yeah.
giving you notification.
That there's a house party at our house
Exactly.
on August 17th.
Exactly.
So be there or be, I don't know, square.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
sure.
I do want to, as we're talking about house party,
Right.
I do want to shout this out. Our very good friends,
Who?
M and D,
Okay.
and I might do nobody
Oh,
knows.
okay. M&T. Okay. They're fairly new friends.
Yes,
But
we
they-
met them at Jeff and Ann's,
We did.
and they're dear friends with one of our single girls. Her name begins with an M,
That's correct.
and they are faithful and loyal listeners.
Right.
So I just wanted to thank you for being faithful and loyal listeners.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, so in any case, then there's lots more things coming.
Yeah, there is.
Visit our website,
Exactly. What is that?
Lifestylelynx.
Links.com.
Yeah, so it's LIFESTYLELYNX.
LYNX.
.com.
I do that all the time.
And thank you so much for listening.
Yeah. And we'll see you very, very soon if you plan to be with us.
Yes.
And you should.
Yeah.
You really should. All right. Bye-bye, you beautiful people.